Earlier this semester, I asked a handful of different professors from across campus what was the number one thing they wish students would know. While many ideas came up during those conversations, arguably the most common was how to write an email to your professor. While it seems like a pretty straightforward task for most, there are plenty of ways to better craft an email to your professors. Today, I'll be covering some key features that should be in all of your emails. Let's start with the basics. When writing an email to a professor, you should always use your school email. Otherwise, it will likely wind up in the spam folder or somewhere else just lost in their inbox. You should also include a clear and concise subject line that addresses the issue you're emailing about without going into too much detail. From there, address your professor with a formal salutation, such as Miss, Mrs., Mr., Doctor, or anything else they may prefer. Of course, if you're unsure what they prefer, professor is always a safe bet. You can always add a friendly note before introducing yourself, such as, "I hope this email finds you well," or anything else of that nature. From there, you should introduce yourself in the email. Even if you know your professor very well, it never hurts to include your full name and the course you're taking, and even the time at which you take it or the section number if there are multiple sections of the course. Most professors have hundreds of students each semester, and it can be hard for them to keep up with everyone's name and which classes they're enrolled in. Without that information, it makes it much harder for professors to address your questions and concerns, and it makes it harder for it to stand out in their inbox. Next, you need to outline the issue or question you have for your professor. Professors tend to be pretty busy people, and while they're often more than happy to help you outside of class, they don't always have enough time to read through a bunch of unnecessary information. Be sure to keep things brief. Include a short message detailing the subject of your email, and be sure to use professional language and tone. While you may still get the message across, it's important to know your audience. So language and tone are very important to keep in mind when crafting these emails. Finally, you can wrap up your email with a formal closing, such as "thank you," "best," "sincerely," or anything else in that range. I always like to include a thank you somewhere in my emails, as my professors are often doing me a favor or helping me out outside of class and their office hours. And this is a great place to thank them for their time. You can also include an email signature if you prefer. That way professors have your email and name for future reference if needed. Emails are a very helpful and important piece of communication in college. It's important to keep your email short and professional, as it makes it much easier for professors to address your email and help you out with any questions you may have. Be sure to follow these steps for a quick and speedy reply.